friends, welcome back to Nessa's Nook. So if you watched yesterday's grocery haul, you will see that I actually picked up 36 of the 6-ounce containers of raspberries. Now in that video, I said that I was going to make some raspberry pie filling because we make our own homemade yogurt, and we usually just take like a can of the pie filling to use as you know, to fill it up, you know, so it's a fruit flavored of whatever flavor we try. So last time this was on sale, I freeze dried a whole bunch of it, and then I went ahead and made some raspberry jam, so I don't need either one of those, even though I could have bought more to freeze dry. But Mark pulled my garden today. There's going to be other videos if you want to watch. I'm going to be freeze drying what's left of the peppers and possibly some zucchini, depending on how much room I have. I got a big box full in back there. But anyways, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to go ahead and take these, and that's probably definitely enough water. Dump these in here. I'm just going to show you on a couple. I mean, obviously, you know, you've seen the whole spiel of dumping things into the water. I'll be putting a little bit of vinegar in here and letting that set. And then what I'm going to be doing is pulling these out and measure them, see how many cups I have, and then I can get the sugar and everything that I'm going to need to go along with this. So I'm going to go ahead and dump out all 36 of these, get these washed up, and I'll be right back. Wow, everybody, that's a lot of raspberries. I'm going to go ahead and throw in some vinegar and make sure these are as clean as possible. Now after I put the vinegar in, I swish this around. I'm going to let this go ahead and soak still for a minute or so, and make sure that these are all nice and clean, and I'll rinse them a couple times, and then I'll get to figuring out how many we have, and we'll get this pie filling started. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and rinse these off. Let that soak there for a little bit. I'll go continue to rinse this, and then I'll go get the measuring cup and a bowl and figure out how much we have. Alright, so what I'll do is start filling up this 8-cup measuring cup and figure out how many we have. Mark just came down from upstairs. He's like, wow, that's a lot of raspberries. I said, yeah, your fault. He goes, I wasn't even accomplished. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead, and I have my big pot out here. Let me kind of raise this up a little bit so you could probably see in there a little bit better. Alright, so I have my pot in here, and this is 2.5 cups of clear gel. I have 10 cups of sugar. Now the only reason why I'm transporting this over, I need to figure out, I need to put in a container that's going to have all the water, which I'm going to have 13.5 cups of water. And since my water pours slow through the reverse osmosis, I'll wait and I'll bring it right back. Alright, here's the first 8 cups, and I'm going to go ahead and grab the rest of the 13.5 cups. I'll be right back. Okay, I guess I could have just put that on pause. So what happens is, once you start this, and this is heating up in the back here, once you start this, now obviously there's going to be a little bit more water to be put in here. But this is something that you just can't leave. You have to stay right here. I don't know how I managed to get so much of that on the side here. You have to stay right here during this whole process till this is actually forms to what you need it to do. So what you're going to be doing is you're going to just keep stirring this and stirring this and stirring this, and eventually what's going to happen is this is going to go from what just looks like really super cloudy water to what I call snot. It's something that, you know, to me, if you were making a Hollywood video movie, it's what people would probably use to say coming out of a horror movie or something. So I'm going to go ahead and keep stirring this, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm not for sure if you could start seeing like these spots in here. I should have used my hot water instead of just the cold water. This process would have started a lot faster. But you can start to see these little globs in here. Now this is at least 5 minutes in, if not probably 6 or so. And then what's going to happen is once it starts the globs, then this is going to pull together pretty quickly over the next couple minutes. I'm not going to keep you on film for the 2 minutes because it's very boring to sit here and just watch me stir. So as this gets a little bit thicker, I'll bring it right back. Okay, this is about another minute in. See how that's like looking really, like I said, snotty? So really at any point now, this is when I would go ahead and add the fruit. Go ahead and turn this down, because what you're going to do is once the fruit gets in here, you're going to go ahead and cook that fruit for a few minutes too. So what I did is I separated that fruit into 2 bowls, and I'll bring in both bowls and get this stirred up before I add some more. This is a lot of raspberries, folks. The rest of that I'll just put in the last time. Get that nicely stirred in there. And we have a batch of yogurt that is straining right now. So guess what kind of filling we're going to have in our yogurt tonight. So go ahead and throw the rest of that in there. Give this a stir. Now once this actually started cooking for a few minutes, that's when I'm going to add my lemon juice. Not quite yet. I do not also add any red dye. I know some people do. But to me, if you get away from any of the dyes, the red, the yellow, the blues, whatever, if you ever read online what some of those can do, it's not really healthy whatsoever. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to go ahead and keep this stirred up, and I'll bring you back once I'm ready to put in the lemon juice. Alright, this cooks for about another 5 minutes here. I've cooked it for 5 minutes, excuse me. I'm going to go ahead and add the lemon now and get that all mixed in there. This looks absolutely beautiful. I just have to clean off the island. I brought some canning jars. I don't think it's going to be enough. I don't know how I missed that leaf there. I don't think it's going to be enough canning jars. And I don't know for sure how many more I have cleaned. So I might have to actually go ahead and get some more jars cleaned, or put some of these in maybe in a quart jar or something. So I'll bring it over to the island. Alright, that's very heavy, by the way. So I have some of my jars like this that I'll be using. I don't like to use those for the jellies and stuff, but I have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 pints so far. Now I don't know for sure if you've ever canned pie filling before, but you leave about like 1.5 inch head space. I found out the hard way one time when I was canning that I did not leave nowhere near as much head space as I should have, and I had one heck of a mess. So some of these I think are going to probably, unless I can conjure up some pint jars, because I canned a lot of tomatoes this year, I'm going to have to go ahead and probably can up some of these in a quart jar. So I'm going to go ahead and get these canned up, and I'll be right back. Alright, so I ended up getting, I found another one of the short squatty ones, okay? So I got 12 pints, and I got 8 quarts. One of the quarts is just a little bit down, and that's what I'll just go ahead and use today in today's stuff. So you want to make sure, I mean, everybody should be debubbling anyways, but you want to make sure that especially on thick things like this, that's only going to get thicker as it cooks, that you're going to want to make sure that you debubble really well. So what's going to be happening is I'm going to go ahead and finish debubbling all these. I'm going to go around the rims, make sure I don't feel any cracks or chips or anything, and get all these all nicely all cleaned up, and get ready to put the tops on them and the bands, and get these actually in the canner. Now this is actually going to take several cannerfuls, and I actually brought out my my induction burner because I need to cook dinner and I can't have my whole stove taken up with canning while I'm trying to cook dinner too. So part of this will be cooking while I'm cooking dinner, and like I said, this is going to be probably 3 canner loads full. So after dinner, what I'll be doing is I will be bringing out the second canner to go ahead and get both of those going so it doesn't take quite as long. So, I mean, as you can tell, this process goes by pretty fast. Really, almost the longest that it takes is waiting for that snot to show up. I feel like there's some down the jar there. It seems like, you know, especially if you don't use really hot water, which I should have used hot water, I should know better. The cold water just takes that much longer just to go ahead and get warm. So I'll just go ahead and finish these up. I'll get the rings and the bands on there, get them in there, and I will show you at the end when this is all done what all of those are looking like. Okay, friends, this is the next day. Now this it's not as thick as I wanted it to be, but before I use it, I can actually put a little bit of thickener in there. This is mainly going to be for our homemade yogurt. I did get 11 pints and 8 quarts. One of the quarts are in the refrigerator for our yogurt. So this turned out pretty good. I didn't want to reprocess it because how frail the raspberries are. I didn't want to, you know, make them into absolutely nothing. So I think this worked out pretty good. Like I said, I will have to thicken this up a little bit if I did want to make a pie or anything from it. But I'm pretty happy with how it came out. Mark said it tasted absolutely wonderful. So my question is, have you guys ever canned the raspberries? Did you do anything differently than what I did? I'm not for sure what made this more liquidy than normal, because, I mean, it looked like the same in the pan. But it could be maybe the liquid, my sister said, from the raspberries. I don't know. So let me know in the comments down below if you've done anything differently, or if I should have done something differently for next time when they go on sale for 50 cents a container. So thank you very much for stopping by. You have a very blessed and wonderful day.